this is Rochelle with the Healing Rose. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a quick flip through of the Water Crystal Oracle by Dr. Masaru Emoto. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Apologies. Dr. Emoto is the author of The Hidden Messages of Water, and he's done some really interesting work. A couple of decades ago, I think, is when I first heard about his work. And what he did was have people focus a feeling or a mood or an intention onto some water, and then took the water and froze it and took like microscopic pictures of the crystal formations that the water drops made, and found that when you focus positive energy on water, that the formations were very symmetrical, very balanced. And when you focused a negative emotion on the water, then the crystals became distorted and unbalanced. And I thought that's absolutely fascinating work, because as someone who does energy work, works as an energy healer, it's always so fascinating when someone else is doing scientific work where we can see a measurable difference. That if you focus love and positivity into something and it holds that energy and it transforms the way that that substance actually interacts with the world, right? And we are made up of, like, depending on who you ask, 70 to 90% water. So if we can't affect water that easily, how much does that affect our bodies and the health of our bodies? So I personally find this to be a really fascinating topic. So I was very excited when I saw that he had an oracle out. So the instructions for the oracle are quite different. So it comes in a little box. The price on it is $16.95. And I think it was like 15 something Canadian on Amazon. So it's a very inexpensive oracle. So it's 48 cards. The cards are two sides. They don't have just one kind of back and then all different cards. So it's not necessarily used for divination. All right. Comes in a nice sturdy little box. It has a very small guidebook. The guidebook is quite simple. It talks a little bit about his work. Just a brief intro about the work that he's doing, his websites where you can go to find out more, and then a little bit about the oracle. From my research, I believe that the water of the oceans has memories of all the creatures that lived in the ocean, and that the Earth's glaciers may well contain millions of years of the planet's history. Water circles in the globe, flowing through our bodies and spreading to the rest of the world. If we can interpret this information contained in the memory of water, we can understand the cosmos, the marvels of nature and life itself. I always stress that energy is vibrations and vibrations are life. Words are vibrations. Words, therefore, are life. I believe that the ancient peoples knew that everything begins with vibration, and that they were aware of that vibrations are life, light, and sound. I think that humans created words for the purpose of distinguishing these sounds and sharing them with others. So the sounds of words are nothing less than a divine gift from nature. Water crystals are illustrating this divine gift in their design. Water is a medium that receives and understands even the subtlest vibrations. Water captures vibrations naturally. Even when these vibrations are in characters or letters representing language, water shows us the energy they contain in the form of crystals. Water is attempting to communicate something to us. Negative emotions prevent the water from crystallizing. Positive emotions allow it to develop into beautiful hexagonal shapes. Water makes up 70% of our bodies, and there is little doubt to me that the information in the water goes a long way in the formation of our health, as well as our attitude towards the world and the attitude of the world towards us. I have had many requests from readers to make posters and photos of the water crystals I have discovered. I have chosen to create an oracle of cards of my water crystal photographs so that my readers can use them for practical purposes in their lives. In this deck, there are 48 cards divided into 4 sets of 12 each. Healing cards, wisdom cards, power cards, and earth cards. So then he has some suggestions. He suggests like choosing a card and focusing on the meaning, using it in focused meditation. An interesting suggestion, there's a couple of interesting ones here, but just to take a card and put the card down, put your cup of water on it and leave it there for a couple of hours, and then drink the water, right? And he gives like a little prayer, a traditional prayer. Put hands in a traditional prayer position and say, water, I love you. Water, I thank you. Water, I respect you. Practice, take a moment to meditate on the water and then to drink it and then see how that affects your body, which I think it's so interesting. He suggests like you could, obviously you would want to put it into some kind of waterproof container, but place the love and gratitude card on your bath or shower wall to improve the hado or vibration of the water. Place other crystal images in other areas of your living or working space to enhance the atmosphere. So yeah, it's quite interesting, some of the information in here. So it's a very small guidebook. He talks very briefly about each section. For instance, the healing cards, he actually had someone who worked with him and the concepts to create music. And the crystal photographs were taken after playing the melodies into distilled water. And each piece of music was focusing on a different organ or a different body part. So I thought that is very, very interesting. And then 2 of the cards in the healing group were actually taken from, like, one is from spring and the energy of that spring, and the other one's just the healing energy. So no music was played. It was just that vibration of that energy being focused into the water, right? So let's go through them. Quick flip now that I've rambled for a while, but I'm so fascinated by this deck. So we have the cranial hado, or hado is vibration, right? For peace of mind. This one is so interesting. The thymus for happiness. Pancreatic for, what is that? Sympathy. I almost said symphony. That's hilarious. Blood circulation, bonding. The Lord's water, which is one of the ones that music wasn't played for. This is just the energy of love. The healing hado for release. And the negative aspect of this would be suppression. So if you feel like something is being suppressed in you or repressed, then this would be the card to use to help you to like release that energy. This one is such a fascinating crystal. The adrenal hado for release. The lung hado for gratitude. Right brain, creativity. Autonomic nerve, affection. The brain, kindness. Pineal for passion. All right, so that's the healing section. So then the power cards, prayer. And these ones, this suit was just focusing on the word, like the feeling of the word in, the positive way. Thank you, right? That gratitude energy, prosperity, honesty. Look how beautiful that formation is. Peace. Eternity. I love this one. Love and thanks. Spirit. Confidence. Affection and gratitude. So not just thank you, but having like a positive feeling with that, right? And that gives quite a different one from just thank you. Respect. Hope. That's a beautiful, very clear crystal. Truth. I love how they are so close in formation. Subtle variations, though. Very interesting. Wisdom. That one is so nice and clear. Reverence. Emotion. Harmony. Resonance. So these are in the wisdom suit. Love for humanity. Very interesting. Self-love. Happiness. Peace of mind. Wisdom and compassion. Soul. And then the earth ones are just more focused on how we are interacting with the earth and the feeling of the vibration of the seasons. So we have summer, and they're in no particular order here. Autumn. Winter. Spring. All right, so Machu Picchu down in Peru and the holy site there. Stonehenge. Quite interesting. Rainforest. I love this. This is like an amazing fancy mirror almost. The sun. The earth. Oh, very interesting. Dolphin. And then this is a spring that is said to contain like healing waters. I guess it's fairly famous in Japan, so focusing on the energy of that spring water. And then coral reef. So I think it's quite fascinating, the idea, you know, just using the vibration of that crystal, because water speaks to water, and that you can transform your own water. So, you know, you can literally just like shuffle till a card pops out, or just pick one at random. So I'll pick that one. Oh, because 3 or 4 shot out. So summer. All right, so the energy of summer, which might be a beautiful thing to do if you're sitting and it's the middle of winter and it's cold and it's awful and you're feeling very blah, and then you take this card and you put your cup of water on it and you allow that energy of summer to come into the water. When you drink that water, do you then feel differently? Do you feel more uplifted? Can you feel the sunshine coming in, you know? Does it fill you with warmth when you drink that? I think this is going to be a fascinating deck to experiment in. Just experimenting with that, with seeing, you know, how you feel. And it shuffles very nicely. It has a really lovely, smooth, I mean, it's glossy. It's not like high gloss though. It just has a nice finish. And because it's got that bit of a finish on the back, I wouldn't necessarily feel like I'm going to destroy the card by putting my glass on. You know, any kind of like water residue or whatever on the card. But it's nice cardstock. It's got a bit of bounce back. I don't know that this would be particularly oracular, you know, where you would be using it for a lot of divination. I find, you know, personally, just as an energy worker, I find the concept fascinating, and I'm really excited to personally experiment with these and see how the energy of these cards actually shifts things, to see if I physically feel different, or if it, you know, certain waters bring up more emotions to focus on, or I think it's going to be really interesting. So super fun. I'm very excited about it. If you want to know more about Dr. Emoto and the work that he's done, or the books that he has read, I will add a link below to his 2 websites. so that you can go there and check out more of his work. So I think he has, 3 books out, and there's a documentary that came out, and I'm sure that that is actually the documentary that I saw. Yeah. Publications and products inspired. So the Hidden Messages of Water, Messages in Water, Volume 1, 2, and 3, The Water Crystals in Motion, video or DVD. So there's quite a few pieces of work that he's created on this topic. So I hope that that inspires you to look at some of his work and maybe explore a little bit vibrational healing, because that's a very interesting topic to delve into, and I might actually just do a couple videos just about vibrational healing. So if you're interested in that, I'd love if you just pop a little comment down below and let me know if that's something you'd love to hear about. All right, so if you stuck around this long, thank you so much for hanging out and listening to me ramble and go on about water and crystals and vibrational healing. I would love if you would hit that little thumbs up button, and if you feel called to subscribe, that would be amazing. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.